Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is MJ, this is Tri4 Nutrition, and I make videos all about endurance and triathlon nutrition so that you can conquer your nutrition and food strategies which will enable you to reach your true performance potential all at the same time whilst reducing the risk of injury, illness and things like burnout, and making sure that you can enjoy your food all at the same time. And in today's video, I want to share with you my top go-to foods, which are awesome sources of carbohydrates, both for energy throughout the day so that you can get to your workouts having the right amount of energy and feeling ready to go, but also when you're in your workouts as well, what food do I go to give you some alternatives so that you're not just having gels all the time or energy chews and things like that. So today is all about my tips on carb sources. Stick around and let's get into the video. So when it comes to carbohydrate sources for sustained energy throughout the day and trying to get me to the right place before I get to a workout, you want to be aiming for whole form carbohydrates, and there's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, they tend to be higher in fiber, which is really good for your digestive system, but also it's going to help with that sustained slow release energy throughout the day. Secondly, whole form foods and carbohydrates are highly nutritious, so they're usually packed full of vitamins and minerals and lots of other forms of plant compounds which are shown to be really healthy for you in fighting all sorts of diseases and just generally making you more healthy. And thirdly, they tend to be really low with regards to processed chemicals, so there isn't any real additives to them. They've not been manipulated or processed to a high degree, which means that they're likely to be more healthy for you. Okay, so the first food I want to talk about, which is pretty much at the top of my list, and I know it's at the top of a lot of people's list, is oats. Now, a whole cup of oats, which is about 80 grams total weight, has about 55 grams of carbohydrates. Oats also have a good amount of fiber, but they have a particular fiber called beta glucan, and beta glucan has been shown to help lower cholesterol. So not only does it have fiber that's going to help with keeping you full and the digestive support, but it's also been shown to help lower cholesterol. Oats have lots of vitamins and minerals, but in particular they have lots of the B vitamins, which are involved in energy production inside the cell. So really good for helping with energy production. But they also contain lots of the mineral manganese, and manganese is also really important for energy production because it helps with the metabolism of carbohydrates and fats in general. So overall, oats is just a powerhouse when it comes to carbohydrates and lots of those additional nutrients that your body needs. So I would highly recommend you start to incorporate oats into your daily routine. The only caution with oats is that whilst they don't contain gluten, they're often processed in factories that also process wheat, which does contain gluten. So sometimes there's cross-contamination, which is why people that have gluten sensitivity are unable to have oats. That being said, you can get oats that are not processed in factories that process wheat and gluten products, and they'll be advertised as gluten-free, so you can get gluten-free oats. Okay, so number 2 on my list is quinoa. Now, quinoa is something that not loads of people eat, but more people should eat quinoa because about 70% of the energy that comes from quinoa comes in the form of carbohydrates, and a cup of quinoa, cooked quinoa, would give you about 40 grams of carbohydrates, so it's a good amount. Now, one of the main benefits of quinoa is that it's gluten-free, so anyone that suffers from gluten sensitivity, quinoa is a really good go-to source of carbohydrates. The other benefit of quinoa is it's one of the only plant sources with complete protein. So you do get protein from quinoa, and it has all of the amino acids in them as well, all 9 essential amino acids. Quinoa has a good amount of the B vitamins that are again important in energy production, but what it also has is folate, which is vitamin B9, which is involved in blood creation, red blood cell creation. So again, really important for blood and energy and all those things as well. So overall, a highly nutritious form of carbohydrates. And quinoa is really easy to cook. You just stick it on the pan for 10 minutes. And if you roasted some vegetables in the oven and chuck a bit of chicken in or a bit of tofu, something like that, you've got yourself a super complete, highly nutritious carb-based meal that's going to really give you energy throughout the day and sort of power you through. Okay, so the third and final carb food that I go to, generally speaking, for sustained energy and health throughout the day is sweet potatoes. So cup of sweet potato cooked will be about 50 grams of carbohydrates. They are packed full of both digestible carbs and sugars, but they also contain a good amount of fiber as well. Now, sweet potato has many vitamins and minerals, so again, the B vitamins come up here for energy production. But sweet potato is an awesome source of vitamin A, and vitamin A plays lots of roles inside the body, but it does two things which I think are important or worthwhile calling out. So the first one is it supports iron metabolism. So thinking blood, circulation, oxygen, getting oxygen around the body, but also vitamin A is involved in the differentiation of cells, which, without going into the details, essentially supports your immune system, which will come under stress if you've got heavy training load as well. So sweet potato, really, really high source of vitamin A. Sweet potatoes contain lots of antioxidants, so you're putting your body under a state of stress when you're doing a lot of training, so again, can really support with that as well. And again, sweet potato is really easy to cook, right? You just stick it in the oven for half an hour or put it on a steamer and cook it for 10 minutes. So yeah, easy to cook, tastes good, packed full of nutrition, and really, really easy go-to for a good source of carbs. Okay, so I've given you some examples of carb food sources that are highly nutritious, which will get you through the day and give you sustained energy and support your overall health. But what about for the workouts? What food sources can you go to for fast energy to get you through a workout? The first one I'm going to talk about is the one that you're probably already using, which is bananas. So why are bananas really good for in-exercise sources of carbs? Well, first of all, a medium banana is about 30 grams of carbohydrates, and the carbohydrates are a mixture of fiber and sugar, so non-digestible fiber and sugar. However, if you wait for the banana to ripen, the more it ripens, the less fiber and the more sugar. So the riper it is, the more sugar it has in it. So if you're having bananas, wait until they're pretty ripe and then use it, because you're going to have a lot less fiber in that banana and a lot more digestible sugar. The thing that bananas are known for is their potassium content, and potassium works alongside sodium or salt as the two main electrolytes in the body, and this supports things like heart function, muscle contraction, nerve conduction as well. So really, really important. And bananas are packed with lots of other vitamins as well. And the final thing I'd say on bananas, they're really easy to carry around, so you don't have to worry about how you're going to carry them. You just stick them in your back pocket and you're good to go. Okay, so the second source of food I would go to for in-exercise carbohydrates is berries, blueberries and raspberries. Now this is a bit of an odd one, so let me explain why I would recommend this. So first of all, they don't quite have as many carbohydrates. So 100 grams of blueberries would give you about 16 grams of carbohydrates. However, there's a couple of things that you can do to amp that up. So first of all, blueberries and raspberries and other berries are packed full of antioxidants. So if you think about heavy training load, you're putting your body under a lot of stress. That is going to increase the amount of oxidation inside the body, which is not good for the body. So the way to deal with that is to have antioxidant based foods. Berries are one of the best sources of antioxidants. So if there's a way you can get them in, definitely get them in. And the other thing I would say is you can turn berries into things like jams. So if you made a jam at home and kept it with you, you can have a bagel with some jam on it. And if you make that at home, you know you're only putting, say, fruit and sugar in it, and it's such a good source of carbohydrates and all of those antioxidants as well. So the last food that I would turn to as an alternative to energy gels is honey. So again, probably not one that lots of people turn to, but hear me out. So 2 tablespoons of honey is 40 grams of carbohydrates, so you get a massive amount of potential energy for not a lot. Honey is also a really high source of antioxidants, which again, if you think about the stress that you're putting on your body through high training, all of those antioxidants are really going to help support your body's ability to recover and repair. The other thing about honey that I really love is it's almost 50-50, a split between glucose and fructose, and those are the 2 types of sugars that you want, because they're going to be the ones that are able to be digested and absorbed into the muscles quickly. So a really good source of the exact type of energy that your body needs to power you through the session. And with honey, it's really easy to incorporate it into, again, your pre-training session snack. If you're training at home, you can put it on a banana or on some oats or something like that, and you can just gobble it down and enjoy it. And you can always mix honey in with things like oats to have flapjacks that you can make ahead of time, so that when you're in your session, you've got a really good source of ready-made energy. So honey is amazing. I'd highly recommend it. The only thing I'd say is look for the minimally processed honey, which can be on the more expensive side. And generally, the darker the color of the honey, the better, because that's higher antioxidant count and just slightly better quality. Okay, so those are my top foods to go to for both sustained energy throughout the day and then in exercise, fast absorbing, fast digestive energy sources. Now, the reality is there's loads of different carbs and loads of different food types that you can eat, and you may be perfectly happy with just having energy gels, jelly babies, chews and things like that that you can buy from sports nutrition companies to get you through your training sessions. But if you have food recommendations that you use to get you through your day-to-day life and through your training sessions, then stick them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions about carbs for training or for racing or for getting you through the day, then ask away. I'll always be happy to answer your questions. I've linked my website below as well, because that details all the stuff that I do and the services that I offer. And just want to say thank you for watching another video. Please like and subscribe so that the algorithm can reach more curious endurance athletes just like you, and we can grow the channel and I can create more content for you as well. But thanks for watching this video, and I will see you at the next one.